I'm a creature of habit, I'm a creature of spite. I got my hands on the rails and my face in the light, and I lean toward irreverence with a flirtatious eye. I give it, I take it, I lack compromise. I got my ear to the ground for that first little sign, the pounding of pavement, a tug on the line, and my heart beats unanswered, it beats till it dies. Forsake my wisdom and forfeit my mind, 'cause I just wanna make you mine. Well, I've read all the holy, the Spirit's advice, whispered in secret on the lap.
In 1974, I received my first Leathercraft kit from my parents. This is my father, Gerald, beside me. Well, as a 12-year-old boy, my first project was this beautiful yellow belt. I could be proud wearing that to school. I'd be very cool. Well, I was so happy with that, I decided to make my father, who was a school principal, a beautiful belt to wear with his three-piece suit. Here's my second project. He could wear that to school every day. And when I made it for you, what did you say?
Well, it's very lovely, but it's a little bright for three-piece suits. I think I would really prefer a plain black belt.
Well, since then, our quality of our belts and other products have improved dramatically.
If I cry tonight, let me cry. Doesn't anybody know me anymore? If I fear for my life, let me die. There's a million others waiting at the door. Tonight I've been falling asleep on your shoulder light I'll never be.
For over 30 years, you and the rest of the family have been very supportive and helping me attend craft shows throughout the Maritimes. Even after you retired from teaching, you even came in the shop and helped me with production orders. In fact, you used to use this machine quite a bit. And you were so good at it, I remember one time I said, why don't you learn how to use the rivet machine?
And I remember very well my reply to you was that, no, I'm not going to learn how to use a rivet machine, or I'll be doing it the whole time.
So I guess I had to get some other people to help me in the shop.
That's correct.
Working with leather was something I never even considered until I took a job at Leathersmith Designs in late 2004 while finishing my Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. Working with customers to bring their creative vision to light feeds my need to be creative in my life.
Did you know what you're getting yourself into when you helped me build that first leather workbench in your basement?
I certainly did not, but I know that whatever you attempt to do, you're successful. And you finally took over the whole basement, which meant that I didn't have the space for my things that I needed. And your business grew to the point that you had to build a building on the property outside.
And when I outgrew that, my wife, Gail, and myself bought some property elsewhere in town and had a bigger workshop built. And do you remember the day we moved the old workshop from your property next to our current larger workshop?
I certainly do. I was terrified because all your equipment, your heavy equipment, was in that building. And should the cable break from the crane, everything would be lost.
Unfortunately, sometimes craft shows would fall on the same weekend. One weekend that this happened, you, Mom, and my brother volunteered to do a show for me in Prince Edward Island. I don't know if you thought it would be a bit of a vacation or what, was it?
It certainly did not turn out to be a vacation because we arrived at the terminal. It was pouring rain. The rain was coming down in the terminal. The ferry couldn't cross because of the rough seas. And then when it finally did cross, it tossed back and forth so much that one of the passengers was so terrified that she asked if she could sit with us. And we finally arrived on the other side in into Charlottetown about 2:30 in the morning. And then it was so bad, we had to unload everything ourselves. But it turned out to be one of the best craft markets. It, in fact, was the best craft market up to that time.
I really appreciate your help. In order to improve my leatherworking skills, I ended up taking a leather course through adult continuing education.
Yes, and you were a very young teenager and you had to have special permission to take the course with the adults.
And another place that I learned a lot of skills was from a friendship I struck with a local shoe repairman. His shop, Georgia Shoe Repair.
I remember you bicycling down every afternoon after school to learn more from this gentleman.
Tomorrow I'll wake up and know that it's over and only be blaming myself. So if I cry tonight, let me cry. I should have taken my hands off you long ago. That flickering light, let it shine. Light up all I'm guilty of and let me know. Tonight I've been
Remember when I first wanted to get into larger production orders, I needed some equipment, and I had to go to places like Montreal and Toronto and even down to New York City to be trained in how to use it.
I remember very well, and I was very concerned about you going so far away because you were very young at the time.
I didn't even know the people I was going to meet up with. In fact, when I was down to New York airport, in order to meet up, I had to walk around the airport holding my belt up high, and they had to walk around holding their catalog up in the air, and that's how we recognized each other at the airport, so I could continue on the trip with them to their factory.
So you finally met up with them down there?
Yes, I did. I got the training to use a lot of this type of equipment.
Tonight I've been falling asleep on your shoulder. I'll never be with anybody else. Tomorrow I'll wake up and know that it's over and only be blaming myself.
This is my lovely wife, Gail. Over the years, she's helped the business grow by selling at shows, working on production orders, doing book work, and developing our website, which has been very successful over the years. Was it easy when we first started to expand the business, Gail?
No, it wasn't. We were in debt due to building a larger workshop and purchasing production equipment every couple of years. Remember, Jamie, when we would go on vacation, we would fill our trunk full of leather supplies so that you could take it and sell it along our way to leather shops.
That road's leading somewhere. It's a foolhardy guy. It walks on a razor and it sleeps on its side. And I just wanna make you mine. Wanna make you mine. Well, I'll pass on patience and I'll pass on pride. And the virtuous pains that pleasure denies. And I'll take that lashing like a criminal might, with a nod to my left